Hello again, YouTube. Cosmetic check. This is the truth, man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. If you haven't heard, I'm on Rumble now, so you really want to know how deep I go? You really want to know how deep I go with this prophetic stuff, with what's going to happen, so on and so forth, you got to go over there. I'm monetized already over there. They got different rules. YouTube, really, they can control who's monetized and who ain't. If they don't like you, they can slow it down. I think they starting to like me a little better though. But I still room for improvement, YouTube. Anyway, I'm not gonna tone it down that much. I know how to beat the censorship on YouTube. But today, make sure you go over on Rumble later on and subscribe to me over there, so you can get that real stuff, like for real. Like, cause today I'm talking about all the stuff that they are doing. Well, I don't want to say on here. I don't want to say on here, man. I don't want to say. Just check me out on Rumble, man. Check me out on Rumble. So, on this video, we continuing on, and I believe y'all notice how a lot of women act in public now. I believe they watching these videos, man. Like, I really do. Like, it's like they have a awareness and an interest in what's going on around them as far as men is concerned. I could just feel it. Like, when the majority, not the old ones, like, I could tell the ones just watching this stuff and know about this stuff, and the ones that don't. Like, the ones in their 50s on back, they be knowing about this stuff, y'all. They watching this stuff. I could tell. Like, trust me when I tell you that. But we continuing on this red pill awakening. The red pill, some people don't like the term red pill. Like you got a couple guys on YouTube that got what I coined the versus mindset. The versus mindset is when people just don't want to be a part of something, and they'll be saying like the same thing or similar things, but they'll downplay and go against that particular thing that they don't like or whatever. It's the versus mindset. I want to talk about more so, y'all know I've been really piling in on this. Women and some of those things that they do that will show you. I don't want to go too far with her. We'll title this video later. But on this one, I want to talk about some of those things they do to show you that this ain't the one to commit your coins, your bread, your cheese, your time, your protection, your affections to. You gotta be able to recognize what I call the interview face. And the way you recognize the interview face is you gotta know how to vet. You gotta know how to vet. You can't let them loud talk you out of asking them tough questions. And tell them, like, I just want to know, man, because I'm interested in you, and I want to make sure, you know, that I'm not wasting my time or it's going to set me back somehow. Or however you want to put it. But you got to recognize the interview face. The interview face, most of these women are going to try to make themselves appear as unicorns, but we all know that most of them ain't unicorn. Unicorns are rare. It's only a few unicorns in the whole entire world. And they not all overseas. I mean, if you get a passport, you get a passport. But them ain't unicorns, man. Okay, if they unicorn, this is what I want you to do. I want you to ask them to put a camera in their house when you're in the United States. And to put a camera on their shoulder like the police, and so you can know what they doing. They wouldn't do it. Because you know what a lot of them is doing? When the new tourists come, bang, 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 oh, oh, oh. That's what they doing. Well, I'm going to save this for Rumble. YouTube, I be having to tone it down. Like, I be having to catch, when y'all see me pausing, that be me, like, trying to make sure I don't say something that violates community guidelines. You know what I mean? So, I don't think them unicorns, man. Unicorns gonna dress a certain way. A unicorn is gonna try to dress modestly. She might have her toes out, but she ain't gonna, most of the unicorns, they not gonna let you see what they working with. It just gonna pop out on you. Like, man, I ain't know you had all that. So, man, this gonna be a quick video because we got a lot to cover. We're gonna talk about it more. The notes gonna come out today, y'all. The notes is coming out today. But you gotta recognize the interview face. You gotta know when these women trying to grift on you. All that pay my bills, that's grifting. That's grifting. They scamming you. And when they grift, they gonna try to make themselves look like unicorns. Be like, so what you do last night? And check how long she paused. If she got a long pause, that means she got smashed last night, man. When they are not answering your calls, not answering your texts, move on. And tell them, oh, so why you ain't text me? Well, I just figured you weren't interested. I ain't hear from you in 3 days, so, other women to see. Oh, it's on that, you punk mother. It's coming out, that interview face. That interview face gonna wear off like makeup. It's gonna rub off like makeup. So you have to know when they trying to pull a fast one on you. And you have to know how to vet to know that. So you won't waste your time, so you won't waste your money, like I said. But don't be one of the guys who just try to avoid them. That's fear. You want these. You want to deal with these women. You want to deal with these women. But you make them deal with you on your terms. And I ain't trying to hear about none of my flaws. You got them, I got them, everybody got them. Some of these girls probably got a pimple the size of their head on their butt that won't leave. Everybody got flaws, man. Everybody got them. So you got to know how to vet these women. Don't be so thirsty. Like Coach Greg said the same thing. I've said it, but he said it too. Like you said, well, he's promoting jacking off. No, I'm showing you, and he's showing you, and other people showing you how to keep your strength, where you won't just be like I saw some of the Passport brothers, and don't think I'm against them because I could care less. They were hanging on this girl every word, and I'm like, I told you I'll be everywhere. I'm like, she ain't said nothing, man. She ain't even said nothing. Why I'm shaking my head, just watching. It's because they was thirsty. Dude, come on, man. Come on, man. But you gotta be more willing to listen, too. You gotta be more willing to listen And then you could figure out exactly what it is they up to. Like, I'm gonna show you a trick. This will get under a lot of their skin. They say, so what do you do for a living? How much do you make? Some of them ain't gonna say, how much do you make? They gonna try to ask you what you do for a living, and they gonna try to guess what you make. When they ask you that, say, lean forward towards them, say, why? And just look them right in their face. Boy, they gonna be rattled. Be like, how much do you make? Or they'll say something like, so what do you do? Why? Don't smile right away. Let them see their reaction first. Then you could laugh, smile, whatever. Because the reason why I say this, because women be trying to pick their mates based on how much money you make. They be like, well, I'm going to see what happens with him. Then when they see they don't like you, they taking your money. Did you work all the way up to that point? High school graduation, college, sometimes beyond college, master's, PhD, or business, whatever route you chose. They trying to act like even before they was in your life that the whole route was for them. I tell you all the time, don't do anything for them initially. Make them earn everything you do for them, and it's a time. Don't move them in. Don't marry them. If you like them, just keep dealing with them on a concubine level. If you want to do it right by God, go up to her. She'll be like, what's a concubine? Learn what it is, explain it to her. Had an agreement with her, but don't do it in the palimony state. Look up the palimony states. If you in a palimony state, stay completely single, man. Because then they'll be like, well, he said it right here. I got the paper right here. And you'll still have to pay him. You might as well get a legal marriage license. But deal with them for a while. See, a lot of y'all, you go to church, man. And that, I'm going to tell you something. You need to watch my videos, because if you are a Christian or you devoutly spiritual, whether it's Christianity, Islam, or whatever, that's going to be to your detriment if you're not careful. Because you're going to be thinking the Most High thinking stuff that he understands fully. You need to read your Bibles, man. Read about Samson. Read Judges 16. Read Deuteronomy 24, first 3 verses. These women will tell you, well, you can't get married either. Yes, you can. See, this is how it was supposed to be. Women were supposed to have one man. He was supposed to pop that hymen, and she was supposed to be loyal and devoted to him her whole life. That's how it was supposed to go. No hands, no mouth, no nothing. All of your moves were supposed to be done to that first guy. If all of your moves weren't done to him, you wasn't a virgin. I don't care if nobody did go in. If their hands went in, that's who took your virginity. You think he didn't stretch you out? He said, but I was still trying to. Don't matter. He took your virginity. You're supposed to save all your sexual actions for your marriage. And all that stuff is still up here in your head. So it don't matter if you didn't get completely smashed many times. If you was doing stuff. If he was humping on you and y'all had y'all clothes on and he was humping you aggressive, you gonna remember that. And now you think you better than the other girls because you didn't go all the way with it. You're not. You're not. And I say this to you women to help you. I say this to help you because you think you a catch, but you gonna ruin, most of y'all gonna ruin some dude's life. Good dudes who want to Some guys want to stick to one. And that's perfectly fine. Just don't be like that one dude I told y'all about where I had to annihilate him in debate because like I told him, I said, if you choose monogamy, that's your choice. It's optional. Ain't nothing wrong with it. But you can't say that a man who has multiple wives is a sinner. I said, so let me get this straight. You believe, I said, so if a guy has two wives or three wives, right? And he only deals with them, you think he's sinning? He said yes. I'm like, listen, man. These people don't know what they're talking about, man. When I tell you that, I'm telling you facts. These guys wear a couple suits, get their shoes shine, get a couple haircuts, go to a couple church services clapping, and then they think they know everything about everything in the Bible. Who taught you? Did the Most High teach you? Or are you just leaning on the teachings of that man? When you leaning on the teachings of that man, you ain't gonna be no better than him. You ain't gonna know no more than he know. So if he don't know nothing, you ain't gonna know nothing. Look at this dude coming at me with all black on, the black mask. You better not come up to my car either. But yeah, if you gonna know just as much as he know. And a lot of them, they ain't gonna even tell you everything they know. So you ain't gonna even be as good as him. You gotta watch these dudes in Milwaukee, man. I'm telling you. Y'all living in all these good places. You should be thanking God every day. You live in gated communities, this, that, and the other. Don't get on here though and be talking all that stuff, and you don't even be around. That's one thing I don't like off subject. These guys be talking that tough stuff on YouTube, but then when you see where they live at, you be like, man, get out of here. And you should strive to live in those places. But if you see some of the environments I be in, and I be trying to avoid them. Like where I'm at, let me show you right here. Okay, I'm in the parking lot. This is Midtown. The only reason why I'm over here is because it's early. I'm finna go to the ATM that y'all probably saw. But at night, man, they be shooting over here. These dudes be walking through here to rob people. That store right there, messy. Never go in there. I never go in there because some of the people that go in there are messy. They'll walk right in front of you, try to skip you. You will be in there arguing, probably fighting. They fight in there all the time. The store right there, I ain't gonna say the name because you know people are so happy now. They fighting there all the time. Try to steal. It goes down here, man. It go down here. Thank your lucky stars. But anyway, let's talk about this just a little more and then we're going to close. So, you got to know how to vet. You got to know what people call a chameleon. I call it the interview face. And I call it the interview face. And I'm noticing y'all dudes still copying off me. And I know all you're going to do is try to block or delete my comments like a little girl. Stop. If you going to say something that you heard me say, give me my credit like I give everybody else their credit. But you been weak and you know who you is too. Every time I look up, you saying stuff that I start saying. And you don't acknowledge, man, you a punk, man. You a punk for that, man. Like you can't acknowledge somebody and you using their thoughts. Come on now. You see how I be saying Coach Greg, Black Ram, this person, that person. Come on, man. That stuff weak, dude. How you gonna teach other people how to be a man doing weak stuff like that? That the women don't even do that. I be sneaking in on them, listening to. They don't be doing that to each other. Saying other people catchphrases. Now, everybody know, like some of them you ain't got to say. Everybody know 304, Coach Greg brought that up. Some of them you don't have to say. But some of that new stuff, you start saying that stuff that people ain't heard, because a lot of bigger YouTubers, they'll scavenge smaller YouTubers' content and then be trying to say stuff they said without giving them credit. You want to teach people how to be a man, you be a man and admit when you got something from somebody else. But anyway, back on the subject. So, you got to know how to vet. You got to recognize what some people call a chameleon. I'm not even sure who came up with it, but I hear it. I call it the interview face. The interview face, people trying to get a job, they're going to put on their smile, they're going to put on their best behavior, they're going to present themselves in a way to get the job. But then when you get them there, they be like, you be like, man, this don't seem like the same person I hire. So sometimes the managers get into it with them. They end up gone, quitting or fired in most cases. That's the workplace equivalent of a divorce. Only difference is most of these jobs, unless you're under contract, you leave them, it's just done with. Divorce, you can't just leave. That's why we talk about, if you're going to go all the way, man, make sure you got a person that's not going to cheat on you, that's not going to mistreat you and disrespect you and all that. I would say I wouldn't advise having one no more. It never worked for me. And the time I tried to make it work, it didn't. It didn't. It's been times where I had two women, and I'm like, man, I can't choose. Both of them was, then you get caught. But women have to realize, if you got something good and he believes in polygyny and practices polygyny, you need to have a sit down with him and the other women he deal with, and you need to get along with them. Because if I was y'all dudes, y'all practicing polygyny and your women ain't getting along, I would sit down and I would figure out who the problem is, and I would get rid of them. Why? Like, listen, I'm going to do another video and I'm going to go in depth about this later, about how to recognize one that you should go the whole 9. And then if she switch up on you, it's done with. It's done with. I'm not giving affection to somebody who not affectionate. How do women show their affection? By getting smashed. By rubbing backs, by cooking, by cleaning, by being loyal. Come on now. Anyway, we got many things to talk about. I'm going to end this broadcast. This is the Truth Man channel is the No Matrix, No Simping, All Subjects channel. Thanks for watching.